Well, joining us now to talk business and the markets is Tribune Editorial Board member Greg Burns. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Dolly.
Well, thanks for joining us, Greg. Kind of a quiet day on the market, but that's not too bad. We've had quite a lofty month here.
Well, that's quite right. You know, since the beginning of the year, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up about 6.4%, and you're seeing all the averages near multi-year highs. So it's really been on a roll, and today we just kind of took a breather. The market's volume was very light, and there weren't a lot of advances or declines. It was kind of even keel.
Any predictions on tomorrow's State of the Union, the President giving the State of the Union, any predictions on how the market will react to that?
Well, I think that's one reason why things were so quiet Monday, because Tuesday is the State of the Union, and there's expectations that the President will talk about manufacturing, about clean energy, about industries that are in line potentially for government subsidies, and he might want to step some of that up. There's also the risk that finance will come under more criticism. So all that makes investors sit up and pay attention, and most of it I think has been factored into the market, but you never know.
Okay, a few stocks to look at today. We saw Apple and Google up a bit. What's the news on Apple?
Well, Apple's really interesting. There's a report that there will be a new device put out by Apple that's resembling a wristwatch. And nobody's exactly sure what it's going to be, but it's sort of an iPhone for your wrist, which has got people very intrigued. And Apple stock has been under a little bit of pressure just because of the death of its founder, Steve Jobs, and the idea that it might not be able to innovate with quite the same success that it did under his watch. So the fact that they're coming out with new products that might shake things up, that's all good. That's
pretty exciting for investors of Apple, kind of a James Bond watch, if you will. Take me away.
No, yeah, let's get one for our shoe.
How about it? And what about Google?
Well, Google, there's a report that Eric Schmidt, one of the founders, is going to sell 42%, I think, of his shares, a large proportion of his shares. So there was initially pressure, as you might expect. Google went down, but it recovered towards the end of the day. So people are taking in stride that idea that one of the key players is going to cash out at least over time. This won't be some sudden sale where it's all at once, but that's the sort of thing that you have to disclose under SEC rules. So the fact that it's coming, I guess, is enough to give investors pause, but not an indication that he lacks any great faith in Google's future.
All right. Greg Burns, Tribune Editorial Board member. We appreciate you, Greg.
Thank you, Dolly.